Kim's father walked toward the spot where his wife was standing. He couldn't help but notice the visible shock and disbelief on their faces as they stood frozen, unable to comprehend that he was still very much alive. They watched him in stunned silence while he prepared himself to confront them, ready for everything that was about to unfold. His wife was the first to react. Forcing a smile onto her face, she rushed toward him, pretending to be overwhelmed with relief and joy at seeing him alive and well. She spoke dramatically about how the news of his supposed death had devastated her, almost shedding tears as she claimed she had thought she'd lost him forever and couldn't bear the pain. Disgusted by her pretense, Kim's father could no longer hold back. He struck her sharply across the face, then stepped closer and stared straight into her eyes. He told her plainly that he knew everything, every vile deed she had committed with her daughter. And there was no point in playing nice any longer. Her mask had fallen off for good. He turned his attention to his lawyer, who stood nearby, clearly just as shocked. Kim's father reminded him how deeply he had trusted him, how fairly he had treated him, and how he had always paid him on time. Yet this man had turned around and betrayed him so cruelly by tampering with his will. He told him outright that he was unworthy of being called a lawyer. He was nothing more than a criminal who deserved to rot behind bars. Kim's stepsister remained speechless, still paralyzed by the sight of the man they thought they had gotten rid of standing before them, alive. The cold realization that their plan had failed sent a chill through her bones. Finally, her voice trembling, she managed to ask how he was still alive. She reminded him, almost hysterically, that he was supposed to be dead, that he had drowned. Standing firm, Kim's father told her boldly that he would never allow them to win so easily, not without justice for his daughter. Fixing his eyes on her, he reminded her how much he had trusted her, treated her like his own blood, given her everything she wanted, and never once mistreated her, only for her to conspire with her mother to kill him and take his daughter's life as well. Turning back to his wife, he declared that this time they would not walk away freely. He had gathered every piece of evidence he needed. His wife's mask of composure cracked for only a moment before she stepped closer, laughing coldly, confidence returning to her eyes. She challenged him to prove it, mocking that all he had were words that meant nothing without proof. She sneered that he couldn't prove they had tried to kill him, or that they were the ones who killed Kim, and that without solid evidence, there was nothing he could do to bring them down. Calmly, Kim's father picked up the will from the table and held it up for all of them to see. He reminded the lawyer that he still possessed his original will, along with all the emails proving he had never asked for any changes to be made. He told the lawyer that he would have to choose between trying to salvage his already ruined career and confessing who had instructed him to forge the will in the first place. Panic crept into Kim's stepsister's face as she turned to her mother, urging her that they should finish him off for good, that people already believed he was dead anyway, so it was up to them to complete the job. Her mother turned to her, telling her to calm down and reminding her that even if they had killed Kim and plotted to kill him too, all he had was the evidence about the will, which alone wouldn't be enough to destroy them. Meanwhile, the lawyer, still rooted to the spot, glanced nervously at Kim's father and noticed the faint red recording light blinking from the phone hidden in his pocket. Sweat gathered on his brow as he stammered, pointing out that he was recording them. He confessed shakily that the evidence was already secured and that Kim's father had just captured their confession on tape. In an instant, the false confidence on Kim's stepmother's face vanished. Panic flared in her eyes as she realized there was no turning back. Desperation took over as she grabbed a champagne bottle from the table, her grip tight and her knuckles white. She looked at her daughter, her voice icy and resolute, agreeing that she had been right all along. They would have to finish the job themselves. There were 3 of them and only one of him, and they would end him with their own hands if they had to.